Hello and welcome to Dr. VGP Talk Show. Welcome to this incredible edition of Dr. VGP podcast featuring a celebrity, an incredible phenomenon known as Dr. SAMBHU Banik. Thank you so much. He's 90 years young, full of life and energy, has a career of 6 decades. And where do we start? Dr. Banik has been a celebrated mental health professional of decades of experience, having his PhD from University of Bristol, UK on adolescence in 1960s. He has been served under 3 presidents of America on a senior executive service, which is the highest ranking service of the US government. And he is not only a phenomenal community leader for all of America, he is born to serve, and born to help people. In Bhopal gas tragedy in 1984, he visited Bhopal 7 times at the insistence of Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi to provide help. We can go on talking about him, and today's episode will try to be as brief. We don't know where to touch. He was the 2004, the first Indian to be a delegate of the Republican National Convention. He is also a chef, believe it or not, author of 4 cookbooks, and was awarded the Chef de Cuisine by the Canadian government recently. So Dr. Banik, let's go straight to the thing. Tell us about, quickly, briefly, you were born in Joypara, and today you're joy to the world. Joypara is a little town in West Bengal district. Tell us a little bit, one sentence about your parents, your genes.
Was one of the most iconic village at that time. It has the high school, football ground, and I had the opportunity of getting the first prize in school by giving yoga demonstration.
At what age was that?
It was 7-year-old.
As a 7-year-old SAMBHU Banik, when got a gold medal for giving yoga demonstration in school, and that yoga journey you brought to the West, when Americans did not know how to spell yoga in 1960.
Absolutely, didn't know what yoga is. And shall I share one thing?
Sure,
when
go ahead,
I went to England, you will be very happy to know that I got Duke of Edinburgh prize, and the Mayor of Bristol gave that award to me because I raised $5,000 at that time in 1960s by giving 20 yoga demonstrations all over the Bristol area. And that was one of my highest accolades in the school because I was...
How old were you then?
At that time, 1964, it was 29-year-old.
And you were doing your PhD at the University of Bristol. What was your dissertation on the PhD, Dr. Banik?
Youth and juvenile delinquency.
Oh God.
And that was the time where the whole world was having student unrest, drug abuse, hippie movement, and all kinds of things going on.
That was the era of the Beatles from 1960 to 70s.
Correct.
The anti-Hindi agitation in Tamil Nadu, India in 1967. You're right, that was the year when the youth were revolting.
After my PhD, I was sought after candidate. They wanted me to go to their state to help them. So I was really, then, because of that, the Canada got me. I was the youngest head of the department, psychological services in University of Saskatchewan and Saskatoon University Hospital.
Wow. And that's interesting because the Canadian people threw you, Canadian government or country threw you out because you made a statement of hippies. Could you share that with our viewers, Dr. Banik?
In Montreal, there's a conference, Canadian Psychological Association. There my president was hippies, similar to schizophrenia.
Oh my God.
After I made the presentation, there are hundreds of hippies demonstrated near the hall. And they say that, who is this man? Because they, all over the world, they publish, professors equates hippies with schizophrenia.
Wow.
And that is the time then somebody from Washington felt that I'm very, very popular man. I become in all the newspaper, front page. So they invited me to come to Washington, and there I got a job. In
Fantastic.
1971, I came from Saskatoon to Washington, and ever since I'm here.
Tell us how you met your wonderful wife, Pramila Roy, while you were the foreign student advisor in the Canadian University.
Yes.
How you captured a young student.
Because she was the prettiest thing that I have ever seen in Saskatchewan at that time. So I said, I cannot miss this.
How old were you then? 33?
33, yes, 68.
And dashing
60,
young Bengali
68,
lad.
68.
1968.
And so she came to see me in my office.
As a foreign student advisor.
Advisor.
Seeking the visa process of a
And
foreign
then I
student.
told her that why didn't you come and have dinner with me? She never knew this man can cook. I won the heart with one meal I made.
Wow, you're a
With
born
lobster, with Oscar, she fell in love right on the spot.
Wow, what was it? Lobster and what? What was the love potion that you put in there?
Lobster with crab meat and decorated with berries,
Wow.
varieties of berries.
Where did you get this culinary talent? Apart from the love feast, what you put in, you met her in September, got engaged in October,
Yeah, and
and
got
married
married
her
in
in November
November.
1968. Wow.
Yeah, November 7, and the mayor of Saskatoon was the person who was fan of mine because I was his advisor on substance abuse.
Wow.
And he gave a big reception to us in our honor.
So
And
where
that-
did you learn the culinary, the art of cooking?
That's a
and
good question
how
you
well
asked.
you put lobster and crab meat with berries on top of it.
Dr. Prabhakar, when I was in England, I could not take this bland British food. I was dreaming of my mother's cooking. My sister was cooking all the time. So one day, I went to the university. I put an ad, Indian students want to learn cooking. So some Indian students contacted me, and the first day, I went to know how to boil water, even egg. So egg started burning, and the landlady thought that I'm a fire hazard, wanted to throw me out. From that time on, I started cooking, and I became so expert. They invited all the professor, everybody there, and mayor came, and that's the beginning of my cooking career.
And you brought and today you've authored 4 cookbooks. My God.
Now we
Tastes
have got
and
2 of them
Textures
there.
of India,
I give the other one.
the
There's the other.
sampling and
Yeah. No, they are,
but the
yeah,
book
that's the
about
one.
it.
That's the one. Yeah,
You
yeah.
had 4 cookbooks.
No, 2
Yeah,
of them are here.
yeah.
2 of them are all gone. All
gone.
sold out.
Wow, so you have all these cookbooks. So it's an interesting personality. We thought we were coming here to meet a clinical psychologist par excellence who served under 3 presidents, President Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush as the executive director of the President's Committee on Mental Retardation and at
And
U.S.
George Bush.
Department of Health and Human Services. And then under George W. Bush, you were a senior executive service in grade 15. So tell us, with over 90 years of age now, what continues to motivate you to remain active and engaged in public service and mental health advocacy?
See, this is a lesson from my father. My father was, although very poor to start with, but he was a very, very loving, caring person who loved people, who loved food, who loved life, and I learned from him. And also, he told me, son, life is too short. Listen to Vivekananda. To reach God is to serve people. And from that time on, I have listened to this word fraction by fraction. and it is in my blood.
Tell
so I
me,
started
you mentioned
working
your
with
mother
this.
and your dad. Tell their names to our viewers.
My father's name is Padma Luchon. Padma means lotus, Luchon means eye. And my mother's name is Kadambini. And
Kadamani,
she's a
what
great
beautiful
artist.
names. Great.
She lived for 100 years, 6 months. We celebrated her 100 years.
Wow.
And Reagan sent a big message. It is all there. You can take the picture of that, you know.
Wow. So looking back at more than 60 years of professional work that you've done, what are the biggest changes you have witnessed in society's understanding of mental health today? You know, as a public health expert, 2030 will be America's biggest crisis will be in mental health.
Yes.
So tell me, what is today, how have you witnessed the understanding of mental health back home? When we were growing up, there was a stigma of mental health. Today, it's a daily necessity, just like taking a pill for a headache. People need to have counseling, need to go therapy. So tell us and tell our viewers about how mental health stands today in the digital age.
Dr. Prabhakar, you asked a very, very important question. I introduced yoga. You remember that I
Yes,
taught yoga?
yes, yes.
I introduced yoga and meditation. I was the first one who went to World Mental Health Assembly and presented a paper. Yoga is the way to help people who are suffering from depression, anxiety, phobia, schizophrenia. If you practice regularly, then you can get better without going to a psychiatrist and spending thousands of dollars. And that was the beginning of, I got an award in London that after my presentation, when they felt that it was a great presentation, great idea, great things to share. And so I used yoga and meditation with my practice. And always.
I mean, what profound words you're talking about yoga, and how incidentally it was only in 2023 that Prime Minister Modi
Yes.
got the United Nations to declare as the International Year of Yoga. And June, this month of
21st.
June, yeah, June 21st is declared as the International Year of Yoga. And we back home in Chicago, one of our gurus, Anu Malhotra ji, is celebrating the largest yoga celebration with over 1,000 people. Now, you have hit a very vital point that yoga is yoga. How could we make it in the curriculum of as a therapy for mental health, where it can be regularly? How you think the practice of yoga can change the mental health stream of this country, America?
I'm glad you asked this very, very important question. First, that charity must begin at home. So I, myself, being a yoga practitioner, first, I think that I was the first one in this world that I brought yoga in 1960s there. So I practiced that and I started talking about in the class, in my presentation, because I also was teaching at Bush State University at that time, teaching about that yoga, and it became very popular. I started school, yoga school.
Wow.
There, and I had some congressmen,
in the
senators.
1960s?
Yes.
In England?
No, England, and then also in this country.
In America. Wow.
America, yeah.
Wow.
And then Connie Morella was one of my students, Congresswoman Connie Morella.
Wow. Wow.
I had, in Greenbelt, I used to have 3 sessions a week, yoga.
So what first drew you as a young 7-year-old kid to yoga?
I was so skinny that my family felt that if some wind blows,
You'll be blown
I
away.
might be blown away in a palm tree. So from that time on, they fed me all kinds of milk, cream, rasgulla, sandesh, but nothing was making me strong. So I found somebody at that time who was yoga master. So I went to him and I started practicing, and because I'm being skinny, I could do all the bending, everything there, standing on the head and all kinds of things I
Wow,
could do.
wow, wow.
I did so much that I got awards after awards, there.
Wow.
So yoga became part of my life, Even in Bhopal, because they did not have any mental health, psychiatry at that time. Even I told them that India is the land of yoga. So in Bhopal, you practice, you teach everybody, all the doctors, how to meditate, close your eyes.
So
And
this was, you're talking about in 1984 during the Gopal
Yeah,
gas
that-
tragedy, that the
Yeah.
survivors,
Yeah.
you taught them how to cope with it, and you went and offered your services at a
Or using
at a
as
personal cost.
a technique, as a yoga as a technique for mental health.
So, and that experience taught you about resilience
Yeah.
and suffering and the human spirit, which all yoga is transcends into.
Because it was such a disaster, thousands of people were affected, and many young boys who are doing A's and B's, they got D's and F's because of the isocyanate, the drugs, that is the union carbide drugs, that affected their brain. Many become retarded, handicapped. Even I went from Bhopal to Hyderabad when Hari Prasad Institute invited me, and there I found there are some Bhopal kids are there. And there I was shocked. I taught them that it's a golden opportunity for me to use my yoga training and mental health at the same time to help these people.
You have gone across many countries, more than 15 countries, and seen
Yeah.
many cultures. Are there universal mental health challenges that transcend geography and culture?
Yes, at that time when I was going to, drug abuse was the number one problem.
Even in the 60s, 70s,
yes,
and
yes,
80s.
yes,
Today,
yes.
it's become a huge issue in India, southern India, and developing countries.
Yes, as
under
a matter
school
of fact,
children.
when I went to India, at the invitation of government of India, I told them that you should follow ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, because nobody had even ramp even. You cannot go to Parliament, you cannot go to any places there.
Which year was that, Dr. Banik?
It is 2002.
Okay. In 2002, you advised
The government of India
Government of
and
India
the Department of Welfare that
to
we
implement
must
the
start,
American Disability Act, like what's
Yeah,
happening in our
that's right,
country
you know,
here
yeah.
today. Okay.
And then I traveled all over. I went to Calcutta, I went to Madras, I went to Hyderabad, I went to different states to tell them that it is very important that you should work together and tell them that handicap is not a permanent disorder. It can be helped, and these people can be helped to lead a very full life. They can get married, they can have children, everything is possible. Only thing is that intellectually they might be a little lower than the others. So that is all of my contribution. And then I say media must advertise this, that they should...
Awareness and education is totally
awareness,
important.
And the parents must be taught how to take care of their children. Because once you show that they are educable, they are trainable, everything is possible.
Correct. Dr. Banik, you have received numerous, I would say thousands of awards and recognitions for your work. You have your chronologized in your book. All that is very well documented. Now, would you share with us one experience or achievement in your 90 years, 60 years of career, 90 years of life that's especially meaningful to you, and why? Out of all the millions of awards that you have received, there should be something very special to your heart and to you.
Let me share a little story. In 1971, I met Mother Teresa in Kennedy Center. There was a big program for her. At that time, she was not that popular. She was not a saint.
Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., the performing
Kennedy
arts.
Center, at that time, there was a conference there.
Okay.
And she was a keynote speaker. And I met her. I was the only Indian at that program, there. I was in charge of the mental health program in DC.
Yeah.
So I met her and I touched her feet. And she was wearing a Bengali shari,
Yes.
I spoke in Bengal. And she asked me, I say, Mother, you are so popular here. I am very much distressed. I'm working with handicapped people in Glendale Hospital. He says, he touched my forehead. I will never forget that moment. And then she told me that they're all human beings. You will be okay. You always think of God. They are His children. And from that time on, you won't believe, Dr. Prabhakar, I became a new man. I developed new programs. And that is...
Which year was that?
71.
So in 1971, Dr. SAMBHU BANIK was touched by Mother Teresa, who's the Nobel laureate, who's
Kennedy
sainted
Center,
today
Kennedy Center.
in Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. That was the turning point in Dr. SAMBHU Banik's
That's
life.
right.
And from there, you had accolades upon accolades, and you continued serving, and you broke the barriers of intellectual disabilities or
Correct,
disabilities, and you became an authority on youth and adolescents. Now, out of all these, there are many young professionals today entering healthcare and mental health services. What qualities would you believe are essential for building a meaningful and impactful career for our young generation of mental health professionals?
Compassion.
Compassion.
Yes, they had to feel they're all human beings.
Correct.
They can be helped. One thing, Dr. Prabhakar, I want to tell your viewers, millions of people who will be watching,
Yes.
that everything is possible.
Uh-huh.
That you cannot tell that nothing is not possible. Nowadays, modern technology has shown that everything is possible if you really put your heart and soul to that. So, one thing I want to tell the younger generation, that compassion, kindness, and you stick to that. Everything is possible. If I, being an Indian with accent, can be appointed by George H.W. Bush in this position, anything is possible. And then I also served two other presidents, his son, George Bush, and then Reagan, in substance abuse. At that time, I was the first Indian American in this position. So in that position, I was the advisor to President Reagan on substance abuse. So this led me to make more contact. Then I became commissioner, human rights commissioner, disability commissioner. I have gone, so many things I have done in because of one thing to another, yeah.
You had an incredible career. I still vividly remember in 1989 when I met you at the American Public Health Association. I was attending their annual meeting.
Oh, yeah.
And at that time, and even now I think today, when a fellow Indian sees an Indian at a bus stop or anywhere, we look through them. We don't even say hello. We don't ask them because we feel they might ask us for some help or anything. But you came up to me, looked at my name badge. I still remember that. And you said, "Oh, young man, you're from India and you're a health commissioner in a Native American tribe." Oh, I said, "Yes, Dr. Banik, and I saw your badge, you're executive director of the Presidential Committee on Mental Retardation, the White House. You were very high ranking. I was awed by you, and you were my hero instantly for coming out and coming up to me and being inclusive. We're fresh off the boat, maybe 5 years ago I landed in America. You came there, and then you said you must meet Dr. Violet Cherry, who was the New Jersey Health Commissioner at the time for the Health
Yes.
Department.
Oh
And I
my
remember,
God,
and you
oh
took
my.
my hand and went there, and I saw Violet Cherry, an Indian lady with sleeveless blouse and a sari, and
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
the health commissioner, and she was welcomed me wholeheartedly, and we shared the banter. And then every year after that, at the American Public Health Association meetings, we did meet. And coincidentally, I also had the opportunity serving under the same two presidents, President Ronald Reagan and President George H.W. Bush, as the first Indian and colored person as the health commissioner for a Native American tribe in
Oh,
U.S.
how nice,
And that
yeah.
was 8 years. And so I think that was our foundation of our relationship, which has come such a long way. Now, mental health is such an urgent topic. You have written books. You have become a legend. You've been, before yoga was here, you're a yoga practitioner. Now, what do you think in this age of digital technology, social media, and increasing isolation? Because all of us are hooked to the phones, the teenagers with the games, the Xbox and all that. What advice would you give parents?
Okay, before I do that,
yeah,
let me share my involvement WHO
please go ahead.
and CAMHAD,
Yes.
Commonwealth Association for the Mentally Handicapped.
Yes,
there.
please go ahead.
In that capacity, as advisor, I have worked with Bangalore called Healthy City Project.
Correct.
I also had been to Geneva a number of times. I went to South Africa. As a matter of fact, you will be very proud to know that I made a presentation, alcohol and pregnancy. And at that time, I suggested, that you should put a sign on all bottles that alcohol
It's injurious.
can cause problem to the unborn babies.
And was that followed?
It was, and now every bottle has got the sign there. And then I went to South Africa a number of times. I went to Czechoslovakia at the invitation. Then I went to Poland. I went to London.
Wow.
I went to different countries. I went to Israel. As a matter of fact, Teddy Kulek, mayor of Teddy Kulek, gave me an award because I presented called How to Help Young People to Prevent Substance Abuse in Jerusalem.
Wow, 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 wow. What about now? I'm just thinking, looking back, if you could have a conversation with your younger self, where the young student winning your first awards in 1940s in Bengal, what advice would you give him? That's your younger self when you were getting those awards. What advice would you give a young SAMBHU BANIK at that time, at that age in 40s? Could you tell
I
our
will tell
viewers?
them that when I was young, my family felt that I will not survive too long because I'm too skinny and I was not gaining any weight. So I tell them, listen, you always try to find some way. It is not the weight, it is your attitude, your strength, your perseveration. So although I was very young, 7-year-old, I learned yoga, very difficult at that time because painful and all those things. But see the result. Because of that, I became so popular. I came to know many people. Because of that, I was able to get my doctoral dissertation done in Bristol because I needed 500
What
students.
made you select youth and adolescent as your
Because
doctoral
at that time, myself going through the same phase, I knew that what kind of problems we come across, at that time. And I knew that some of my relatives had some problems with the adolescents and all those things.
But even today, the Gen Zs, we are in the same strata. We have drug abuse, we have unemployment.
Yes.
The youth need leadership. What is your message to them?
Well-
what can you tell them which could let them snap out of that and say, yes, there is solution, yes,
Now
there's hope.
you develop your own program. Nowadays you see that how they become self-sufficient. Younger people now become
Startups.
billionaire,
Yeah.
all those things happening, So that's the only way to do it. I even told them that with my background coming from India, with accent, if I can serve 3 US presidents and some commissioner, you can do better. You are much better off. You are much healthier than I was before.
I can still see that spring in your feet and the vibrant energy you have. And I think the best is yet to come for you, Dr. SAMBHU BANIK. Believe it or not, we need to have you talk to young health professionals and give online tips on how they can make themselves
I'll be
better.
honored. I guarantee you, if you tell me, I love to talk. I love to speak because I have been a professor for 45 years at Bush State University. So I love to do that. So it will be a nice thing for sharing here.
Now we are coming close to this wonderful 30 minutes of enlightenment and conversation we're having with you. Dr. SAMBHU BANIK, if you're given an opportunity to take 3 people out for dinner from the past or the present, who would those 3 people be? So give our viewers, who are your heroes, who are your mentors, your role models?
Number 1 is Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa, fantastic.
And number 2 is George H.W. Bush.
George H.W. Bush. Tell me why George H.W. Bush?
Because
he was only a one-time president.
He's the only person who recognized my talent, who gave me this position. Because of that, I got more positions, more.
You were able to do more service. You used the platform.
Yes, and my father.
Your father. What's your father's full name?
Padmalushan. Padmalushan.
Padmalushan. What was his profession?
He was a businessman and teacher.
So the 3 people you have, our viewers, Dr. SAMBHU BANIK would like to take out for dinner. One is, of course, the Nobel laureate Mother Teresa, who we all have an opportunity having worked together with. And of course, President George H.W. Bush. And third is his beloved father, Padmasan.
Yeah.
Great.
Unfortunately, all three of them are gone.
Yes.
But if an opportunity comes, definitely I would like to take them.
Good. Now, in 3 words or 3 adjectives, can you describe yourself? You're such a multifaceted personality, an incredible phenomenon.
I am quite articulate.
You're articulate,
Okay?
yes.
And when I want to do something, I must do it, whether people like it or not.
Focused.
Focus. No.
Okay.
And also perseveration.
Perseverant.
There. Then third one is the communication.
You're a
I
good
like to
communicator.
communicate with people, make friends. This is one of my hobby almost,
Good.
I used to have so many parties. You wouldn't believe. All the ambassadors have come to my home. All the foreign ministers who had visited there, they came to our home. My house used to be a garden
point.
of all the gourmet foods. I learned from there, and I write cookbooks. There are 2 of them because 2 of them all finished there. So my life has been wonderful. I have no regrets whatsoever.
You just heard Dr. SAMBHU BANIK saying 3 adjectives to describe himself. He's articulate, he's a good communicator, and he's perseverant. When he lands on a vision, he makes it to reality no matter what the outcome is. Dr. SAMBHU BANIK, now we come to the closing part of this wonderful conversation we're having with you on our podcast. It's called the rapid response section. I will give you 5 names. When you hear the first name, whatever first thing which strikes you about that name, please tell our viewers. Ronald Reagan.
Oh, he was a wonderful, because he was the really first one, although George Bush gave me the senior level position, he was the one who hired me as an advisor to substance abuse. And
Presidential advisor to substance abuse.
And
wow.
because of him, I met Nancy Reagan.
Yes.
As a matter of story, I even told her that, why don't you popularize my cookbook? Because it has got all the spices. Because kids at that time used spices to get high.
Yes. Nancy Reagan, the first lady, then her pet peeve was alcoholism and drug abuse prevention and awareness. For me, I worked with her closely when in the Indian reservation in Wisconsin too. So nice. Mamata Banerjee, the former chief minister of West Bengal.
Banerjee, she ruined the country, West Bengal. I think she's crazy. She became completely, what shall I call, preoccupied with the power. And really, Bengal was a Sonar Bangla. Now it has become no more Sona anything. So I'm not really very fond of Mamata Banerjee. I think it's a good
18
thing.
years she ruled your state.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Rabindranath Tagore.
Oh my, he's another guru of my all. I don't mention his name because I wanted some professional people. Rabindranath Tagore, I listen to his Tagore songs all the time. I read his book all the time. He was perhaps the Vishwa Guru. He is the guru of each and every human being on this planet Earth.
Fantastic. And last but not the least, we have 2 more to come up. Margaret Thatcher.
Oh, Margaret Thatcher, the British
Prime Minister.
Yeah, Margaret Thatcher.
Since
she
you
was
lived-
the first women Prime Minister of there, no? Yeah.
Yes, the
She
first
was
woman
a very
Prime Minister.
brilliant man. She was very close to Ronald Reagan.
Yes,
There.
that's right. Okay.
I think that Margaret Thatcher should be known as one of the Iron Women.
Yes, she was known as the Iron Woman of the world.
Yeah.
Iron Woman. Last is we saved Elvis Presley.
Well, he made all the music,
Love
all the
songs.
young people popular in this world. As a matter of fact, we're having a program of Elvis Presley here.
Is that right?
Here.
Wow, in this
Somebody
building.
acting as Elvis Presley.
Wow, wow.
Somebody acting as a Priscilla Presley.
Wow.
So Elvis Presley made a tremendous contribution, you know.
Dr. SAMBHU BANIK, your life has demonstrated how dedication, compassion, like you said, and service can create a lasting impact across communities and generations, from advancing mental health to awareness to supporting vulnerable populations and championing human dignity, and especially your chef ability, making lovely lobsters with crab meat and cherries on top of it, which wooed the love of your life, Pramila Ji, and your contributions have touched countless lives around the world. On behalf of our viewers, we'd like to thank you for taking the time and reminding us that a meaningful life is not measured by recognition and awards too, but the lives we uplifted. And you have uplifted several lives through your work over decades. And we thank you for sharing your extraordinary journey, your wisdom and experiences with us today. And closing, we ask you to give your closing message to all our viewers. Whatever you want to tell them, now is your time. The platform is all yours. The incredible phenomenon, Dr. SAMBHU
Thank you.
Banik. Please look into your camera and
Thank you,
speak
thank you.
directly to the hearts.
Thank you. We are here for a short period of time. We must utilize every second of our time to the fullest. And on the way, we can do that if we have a purpose in life and you focus on that. If SAMBHU Banik, coming from a very poor family, coming from a family who were even no meals to eat many times, can serve few US presidents and as a commissioner of human rights commissions in Maryland and other places, anything is possible. You have the ability. Please believe in God and pray that he or she, whoever she is with you. So, Dr. Prabhakar, you are doing such a great job. You are helping to bring out the best of everybody through your global television program. So, I want to help you in any way I can, smaller way, to see that I can be a part of your program and we can all work together to help propagate these ideas that helping bringing people together, varieties of people, not only Indian, Asian, African, everybody who are together as human beings. And one thing that I want to end, that to reach God, Swami Vivekananda has said very beautifully in Chicago, is to love human being. And I have been doing that, and with these blessings, I am so proud of my mother who lived for 100 years, 6 months. And that shows that if you do good things, she was such a, although coming from a poor family, she used to help poor people, giving even somebody who coming for a little bit rice or some potatoes or vegetable, she will give it from our share. And she showed us that compassion brings compassion. The thing that when you help people, God helps you. And with this, I tell you, my friends that who are listening, that you can be blessed by him, by her, if you believe that everything is possible, if you work hard and be honest and sincere. And thank you, Dr. Prabhakar, for giving me this greatest opportunity to share my views and ideas with your large population.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. SAMBHU Banik. It was really a true honor for all of us to hear from the legend himself, the incredible phenomenon. And you know, his autobiography written by him, Born Ordinary, Lived Extraordinary, has everything chronologized, his thousands of awards, his, and you know, he has the opening page. I mean, there's so much of history. It's available on digital. His awards and everything, his invitations are so wonderfully documented. And he has written another book, From Padma to Potomac. And that's my life's greatest.
You know Padma?
Yes.
My father's name Padma.
Padma, yeah.
And then Padma River. I was born near there. No?
Right.
And Potomac River.
And there he has all these articles, all very well published and recaptured. Here you see him with both the Bushes with the president. You see him with Narendra Modi ji on the cover. I mean, what more can one ask for? Like, he has lived his life to the fullest. And he has also chronologized all his Facebook photographs into one on the many. You can see him how happy he's born in Joypura, an embodiment of joy, a life experience here to make a change maker, a global thought leader. And now, when I was told that I was going to come and do a podcast with you, Dr. SAMBHU BANIK, a young IT professional who is from Baltimore, Maryland, said, can I come, sir, and listen to the recording of the podcast? I said, what interests you? And I heard so much about this man who's staying in our state. I'll have to drive an hour and a half, but I would still like to come and listen because apart from everything else, he's a chef cuisine. And I'm an IT professional. I'm CEO of Dave Shores LLP, and I have the first iCloud kitchen, Unava, and I request Dave Stephen, who's here, to come and to pull up a chair and say your experience quickly. In 1 minute, we give you the closing remarks, and hope this will be the same impact, SAMBHU BANIK, you will have with the generations to come. Please join us. Please welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome you to our thing.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vijay Prabhakar and Dr. SAMBHU BANIK, for this wonderful opportunity to be here in his home and to share a couple of words about them. And the first thing and the last that Dr. SAMBHU BANIK said is to live a purpose-driven life. And that was the best advice that he can give to me and all the other aspiring entrepreneurs who are here in this country and everywhere else in this world. And thank you so much, Dr. SAMBHU BANIK. And me as an IT professional and now as a budding chef and a restaurant owner, I was extremely honored to be at the presence of Dr. BANIK, who has already received Chef de Cuisine, the highest honor from Canada. And the best dish, which is crab with lobster and crab, which wooed his wife, Mrs. Pramila G, is something that I would love to have as a love portion in my restaurant, Unavu, which is opening in Towson, Maryland, which is already functioning in the cloud kitchen. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, and may the Lord bless you and keep you and make his face shine upon you, and he will make you live forever for entrepreneurs like us to learn from you and to live a purpose-driven life. Thank you. And here is a picture of Dr. SAMBHU BANIK and Mrs. Pramila, and they have led a wonderful life together, and this is something that we need to learn from them on how to cherish life and also how to show light in the darkness for all the people who are disturbed in their life. And this is something that we need to learn, and we need to keep and take this torch forward to make the legacy of Dr. BANIK to be an everlasting flame in our life as well. Thank you so much.
Well, before I conclude, I want to thank Mary Perez for taking all the time and efforts from last evening, this morning, working very hard to arrange everything together. As you know, we both are handicapped, and Mary, thank you, Mary, for helping us, for making this event so successful. And the presence of this young chef, I want to offer my services that I would like to open your restaurant with the ribbon cutting.
Yes, fantastic.
And might be, I will give the real recipe of this lobster, how to reach women's heart through
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
gourmet cuisine. See?
huge thanks to everyone who tunes in to Dr. VGP's podcast. We've received the YouTube Silver Play button for reaching 100,000 subscribers and counting. We sincerely thank you for being part of this wonderful journey with us. Click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to notify you with all our future podcast contents. Thank you again.
Dear viewers, elevate your business to new heights and reach 35 million potential customers with Global Eye Digital. Contact us today at globaleyedigital@gmail.com or info@globaleyedigital.com. Let's take your business global. Dear viewers, elevate your business to new heights and reach 35 million potential customers with Global Eye Digital. Contact us today at globaleyedigital@gmail.com or info@globaleyedigital.com. Let's take your business global.
Welcome to the future of medical science. At Soft Landing Labs, we go beyond the basics of drug confirmation and quantification. Using advanced LC-MS/MS technology and our own proprietary software, we deliver accurate, fast, and meaningful results. We're the only lab offering color-coded reports and a web platform with medication tracking and drug trail interpretation. Our personable professionals, ethical practices, and 24-hour stat testing mean you're never left waiting. From doctor shopping alerts to provider video support, we've thought of everything to help you stay compliant and informed. Soft Landing Labs. Accuracy, innovation, care. Soft Landing Labs, your trusted partner for drug-free communities.
Fusion Systems and Services, a powerhouse in innovation, delivering transformative technology solutions. With our groundbreaking cloud-ready product, ITIS, leading the industry as the ultimate RPA solution, trusted by top global enterprises. From mobile application testing to middleware automation, from big data integration to SAP automation, and even Salesforce automation, Fusion Systems is your strategic partner for success. No challenge is too big. No system is too complex. Empower your business with Fusion Systems. Visit us now at fusionsystemsinc.com and revolutionize your future.